All right, so now we're going to look at attacking our cross choke. A couple of little details that I've been working on over the past few months that's taken my cross choke from the overhook to the next level here. I'm back into the close guard. I've already found my overhook here, and I have my lapel grip with the left hand. Now, my initial lapel control with the left hand does not have to be super tight, okay? I can use it to then create my angle, connect to my side clamp, and now I can adjust this collar grip nice and tight, okay? Again, the first grip is just to secure my overhook, and then the second grip or grip change just to make things a little bit more tighter from here, okay? Now let's say I can't get my inside wrist position of my partner, maybe his hand's tucked in here like so, and I find it awkward to extend the arm away. So all I'm looking to do from here is I make a grip of my partner's gi. Now ideally I like to go in the middle of the back as opposed to the near shoulder, okay? So I make a grip here, and I allow my wrist to bend, okay? I don't try and keep my wrist and my hand super straight. I make the grip. Now I bend at the wrist here. See that? So I have this bend very similar to like a false grip position, okay? But on my partner's gi, and now I lock my forearm into place, making sure I'm under my partner's chin, okay? Now, a lot of people make the mistake of flaring that elbow out to try and get the finish. Okay, whereas me personally, I prefer to keep my arm locked into the near side of his neck, and I start retracting this left hand with the grip and start pulling that grip through here. So the choke is coming from mainly this side of the lapel, whereas this arm is keeping my partner's head and his neck in place. So I'm here, 1, make my grip, 2, lock that forearm into position. Now I start pulling that left hand back towards me, and I get my tap. Sometimes what you'll find is maybe the guy's a bit more resistant, and then so the first option, the pull of the lapel, doesn't work, which then I can reinforce with the flare of the elbow. But initially, I should be able to finish this cross choke just from this retraction of the left hand, okay? So again, I've entered in, I take my first initial grip, okay? I frame, I create angle first, and I lock. Now I can adjust the grip. Make it tighter, his hand is inside so I can't extend away from my first triangle. Okay, so I immediately start framing, make my grip. Again, I don't like to grip on the near side shoulder. Why? Because it's too shallow, okay? I have nothing to frame against his head can move towards his right here, so Jack can move his head this direction, okay? And nothing's locking his head into place. So I make a connection pretty much in the middle of his spine, bend at the wrist and lock that forearm in place. Once I'm here, I start retracting that left hand. If the guy is stronger or resisting a bit more, we add the flare of the right elbow as well. And that is your first variation of the cross choke, which is, again, very effective. The key detail for me that I've adjusted is making sure that grip is either in the center of the spine or more towards the far shoulder. Okay, once I make that connection, is to allow my wrist to bend and then lock that forearm into the neck. You'll find it difficult to make a grip of the back of the gi and keep that arm straight to get it into position. So you'll have to allow your arm and wrist to bend here, lock that in, then the retraction comes from here. If the guy is resisting or the person's resisting here, I add this retraction with the flare and I get my finish.